I understand the challenges, but my track record shows I can handle this portfolio effectively.
Nods, smiles, taps the folder. So, Mark says, walk me through your background again. Jordan speaks clearly. 10 years in software. Led teams. Built systems used nationwide. Mark hums. Non-committal. Impressive, he says. Very impressive. Then his smile tightens. But this role moves fast, Mark adds. We need someone who fits our culture. Jordan feels it. That word. Culture. Jordan asks. Mark finally looks at him. Eyes sharp now. Yes. Culture. Someone who feels right. Jordan leans forward. Can you be specific? Mark closes the folder. Soft thud. We've decided to go another direction. The room goes quiet. Jordan blinks once. The interview just started. Mark shrugs. We trust our instincts. Jordan stands. Heart steady. Voice controlled. Out of curiosity, he says, what system did you use to screen my application? Mark pauses. Just a beat too long. Our hiring software, he says. Why? Jordan looks at the company logo on the wall. Talent Sync. Then he says it. Because I wrote it. Mark's smile disappears. Cut to black. The elevator doors open with a soft chime. Jordan Reed steps out. The office floor is quiet. Too quiet. Gray carpet. White walls. Glass everywhere. A woman at the front desk looks up. Smiles tight. Name? Jordan Reed. She types. Pauses. Looks at the screen longer than needed. Have a seat. Jordan sits. He watches people walk past. No one looks at him for long. A man in a suit finally appears. Jordan? Mark Felton. They shake hands. Mark's grip is firm. Almost testing. Follow me. The interview room is small. Clean. Cold. Mark gestures to the chair. Doesn't sit yet. So, Mark says, flipping open the resume, tell me about yourself. Jordan breathes in. I'm a senior software engineer. I specialize in large-scale systems. Mark interrupts. In simple terms. Jordan pauses. Then nods. I build tools that help companies make better decisions. Mark smiles. Writes nothing. And where did you work again? Mark asks. Jordan answers. Mark hums. Again. Interesting background, Mark says. Very unique. Jordan hears it. The word hangs there. Unique how? Jordan asks. Mark chuckles lightly. Just different paths. Silence. Jordan keeps his voice steady. Different doesn't mean unqualified. Mark finally looks at him. We're not questioning your skills, he says. We're questioning fit. There it is. Fit for what? Jordan asks. Mark leans back. Crosses his arms. Our culture is fast. Demanding. High standards. Jordan nods. I've led teams under pressure. Mark smiles. Thin. We're looking for someone who blends in. Jordan feels his chest tighten. Blends in, he repeats. Mark checks his watch. I don't think this is going to work. Jordan blinks. We've talked for 5 minutes. Mark closes the resume. We trust our instincts here. Jordan stands slowly. Out of curiosity, he says, how many candidates make it this far? Mark shrugs. Enough. Jordan walks out. The hallway feels longer now. In the elevator, Jordan exhales. His phone buzzes. An email. Subject, interview update. He opens it. Thank you for your time. While your experience is impressive, we've decided to move forward with a candidate who better aligns with our culture. Jordan laughs. Once. At the bottom, small text. Powered by ATS Core. Jordan's face goes still. That name. He stares at it. His stop arrives. He steps out. And pulls out his laptop. Fade out. Jordan sits in his car with the engine off. The parking lot lights flicker. One hums louder than the others. He opens his laptop on the steering wheel. Fingers hover. Hesitate. Then move. He types the familiar command. The screen fills with folders. Old architecture. Clean logic. His logic. ATS Core. Jordan swallows. He tells himself this is just curiosity. Just checking. The login accepts him instantly. No resistance. No, he whispers. That shouldn't happen. He scrolls. Candidate logs. Timestamps. Filters. The system shows his application. Green checkmarks everywhere. Education, verified. Experience, verified. Skills, above threshold. Jordan leans closer. Status, rejected. Reason code, manual review. His jaw tightens. Manual, he says. He clicks deeper. A warning flashes. Admin override enabled. Jordan exhales through his nose. That feature was supposed to be rare. Emergency use only. He opens the audit trail. Names appear. Dates. Decisions. One column catches his eye. Override by. Jordan scrolls. Most entries are blank. Then one name repeats. Again. Again. Mark Felton. Jordan's chest tightens. Of course, he says softly. He clicks one entry. Candidate photo loads. A black woman. Early 30s. Notes field empty. Override reason, culture concern. Jordan scrolls to the next. Black man. Late 20s. Override reason, communication style. Another. Black woman. Override reason, instinct. Jordan leans back. The car creaks. His phone buzzes. A text from his sister. How did the interview go? Jordan doesn't reply. He keeps scrolling. White candidates show fewer overrides. When they do appear, reasons are different. Salary expectations. Scheduling conflict. Role mismatch. Jordan presses his lips together. This isn't random, he says. His reflection stares back at him from the dark screen. He remembers the meetings. Years ago. We can't remove human judgment, the executives had said. Jordan had argued back. Judgment is where bias hides. They smiled. Nodded. Ignored him. He scrolls again. Override frequency chart loads. Mark Felton's name spikes high. Higher than anyone else. Jordan's hands shake. He screenshots everything. Audit logs. Charts. Timestamps. His phone rings. Unknown number. He answers. Jordan Reed, he says. A pause. Jordan, a woman's voice says. This is Karen from Talent Sync HR. Jordan closes his laptop slowly. Yes? We wanted to follow up, Karen says. About your interview. Jordan waits. There seems to be some confusion, she continues. You accessed internal systems. Jordan grips the steering wheel. You rejected me first, he says. A pause. That's not how we see it, Karen replies. Our system made the decision. Jordan laughs. Sharp. No, he says. Your manager did. Karen exhales. Controlled. Jordan, she says, this line of inquiry is concerning. Concerning for who? Jordan asks. For everyone, she says. You don't work here. I built that system, Jordan says. Silence. Then, that's not relevant, Karen says. Jordan feels heat rise in his chest. Bias is relevant, he says. Overrides are relevant. Karen's tone hardens. We have discretion, she says. It's legal. Jordan nods, even though she can't see it. So is exposure, he says. Karen lowers her voice. I'd advise you to stop, she says. Before this becomes a problem. The line goes dead. Jordan stares at the phone. The word problem echoes. He thinks of the candidates. The quiet emails. The silence after. He thinks of his own reflection in the interview room glass. He opens the laptop again. Downloads the logs. Encrypts them. His phone buzzes again. A new email. Subject, unauthorized access notice. Jordan doesn't open it. He starts the engine. As he pulls out, a thought settles in. This wasn't a mistake. It was a pattern. And patterns can be proven. Jordan grips the wheel tighter. The road ahead feels longer now. Darker. But clearer. The screen of his laptop glows beside him. The truth is already there. Waiting. Jordan sits at the small kitchen table in his apartment. The lights are off except for the glow of his laptop. Rain taps the window. Soft. Steady. He replays the HR call in his head. I'd advise you to stop. Jordan exhales. Stop what? He whispers. Seeing it. His phone buzzes. Email notification. From Karen Phillips, HR. Subject, follow-up conversation. Jordan opens it. Jordan. We noticed irregular access to internal systems connected to your interview. We'd like to clear up any misunderstandings. Please come in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Jordan stares at the screen. Misunderstandings. He types back. I'll be there. The next morning, the Talent Sync building feels colder. Security checks his ID twice. You're not on the employee list, the guard says. I know, Jordan replies. The guard eyes him, then waves him through. A conference room. Glass walls again. Karen sits at the table. Mid-40s. Neutral smile. Mark Felton sits beside her. Jordan pauses. Mark doesn't stand. Jordan, Karen says, thank you for coming. Jordan sits. Keeps his hands visible. Mark crosses his arms. Karen folds her fingers. We want to understand why you access proprietary systems, she says. Jordan meets her eyes. I wanted to know why I was rejected, he says. Karen nods. Our system didn't reject me, Jordan cuts in. Mark scoffs. You don't work here, Mark says. You don't know how our process works. Jordan looks at him. I know exactly how it works, he says. Because I helped design it. Mark laughs. That's ridiculous. Karen raises a hand. Mark. Jordan opens his laptop. He turns the screen toward them. Audit logs. Charts. Overrides highlighted in red. Karen's smile tightens. These are internal, she says. You're looking at them, Jordan replies. Mark leans forward. You're twisting data, he says. You people don't understand nuance. Jordan freezes. Karen's head snaps toward Mark. Mark, she says quietly. Jordan's heart pounds. You people? Jordan asks. Mark shrugs. Tech guys. Outsiders. Jordan holds his gaze. Every override you made, Jordan says, was against black candidates. Silence. Karen clears her throat. That's a serious accusation, she says. It's a documented one, Jordan replies. Karen closes her notebook. Jordan, she says, we value diversity. Jordan almost laughs. Then why does Mark override it? He asks. Mark's face hardens. I trust my instincts, he says. I know who fits. Fits what? Jordan asks. Our environment, Mark snaps. Jordan nods slowly. So when the system clears someone, he says, you override it. Mark leans back. That's my job. Karen shifts. We give managers discretion, she says. That's legal. Jordan looks at her. So is discrimination, he says. When it's hidden. Karen's jaw tightens. You're implying intent, she says. I'm showing pattern, Jordan replies. Mark scoffs again. You're bitter, he says. You didn't get the job. Jordan's voice stays calm. I got rejected by a man who didn't read my resume, he says. Karen exhales. This meeting is becoming unproductive, she says. Jordan closes his laptop. One more thing, he says. Karen hesitates. Yes? I recorded this conversation, Jordan says. Mark's eyes widen. You what? For my protection, Jordan replies. Karen stands. You need to leave, she says. Now. Jordan stands too. Mark points at him. If you release anything, Mark says, we'll sue. Jordan meets his eyes. Then explain your overrides, Jordan says. Security appears at the door. Karen gestures. Jordan walks out. The hallway feels tighter. The elevator takes too long. Outside, Jordan breathes in rain-soaked air. His phone buzzes. A message from an unknown number. I saw the logs too. You're not alone. Jordan stops walking. He types back. Who is this? 3 dots appear. Then disappear. Then a reply. A former applicant. They rejected me too. Jordan looks back at the building. Lights glowing. Glass reflecting the storm. He realizes something. This isn't just about him. It never was. His phone buzzes again. Others will talk, the message reads. If you do. Jordan swallows. The weight settles. Exposure has a cost. And silence does too. Jordan pockets the phone. And keeps walking. Jordan sits at his kitchen table again. Morning light cuts through the blinds. Sharp lines across the wall. His phone rests beside the laptop. He hasn't replied yet. Others will talk, if you do. Jordan types. I'm listening. The reply comes fast. There's a group chat. Former applicants. Quiet ones. Jordan hesitates. Then types back. Add me. A link appears. He clicks. Names fill the screen. 20 at first. Then more. Messages scroll. I thought it was just me. They said I lacked presence. I passed every test. They never explained. Jordan reads. Silent. A woman sends a voice note. I interviewed twice, she says. Same manager. Same smile. Same word. Culture. Jordan closes his eyes. Another message. They told me I was impressive, but not confident enough. Another. I was overqualified. Then suddenly underqualified. Jordan's chest tightens. He types. Did Mark Felton interview you? Dots appear. One by one. Yes. Yes. That was him. Jordan scrolls. Photos appear. Faces. Resumes. Rejection emails. All the same footer. Powered by ATS Core. Jordan exhales. They blamed the system, he murmurs. He shares his screen. Posts the override charts. Silence. Then messages explode. That's why. I knew it. So it wasn't us. Jordan types carefully. This is evidence. But it's also risk. A reply comes back. We're already hurt, someone writes. What else can they take? Jordan leans back. He remembers Karen's voice. I'd advise you to stop. His phone rings. This time, it's a number he recognizes. Jordan, his sister says. Why is your name on Twitter? Jordan freezes. What? I just saw a post, she says. Someone leaked screenshots. Jordan opens the app. There it is. A thread. Charts. Logs. Names blurred, but Mark's isn't. Caption reads. When culture fit means override. Jordan's heart pounds. I didn't post that, he says. I know, his sister replies. But it's spreading. Jordan refreshes. Thousands of views. Comments pour in. Some supportive. Some angry. Some cruel. Stop playing victim. It's just business. Maybe you weren't good enough. Jordan swallows. His phone buzzes again. Email. From Talent Sync Legal. Subject, cease and desist. He opens it. You are hereby instructed to refrain from sharing or accessing proprietary materials. Jordan laughs softly. They're scared, he says. His sister pauses. Jordan, are you okay? He thinks of the voices. The faces. I don't know, he says. But I'm not stopping. A knock at the door. Jordan stiffens. He looks through the peephole. No one. Another knock. Louder. Jordan read, a man's voice calls. Delivery. Jordan opens the door slightly. A man in a jacket hands him an envelope. No signature, the man says. Jordan opens it. Inside, printed screenshots. His screenshots. Highlighted. A sticky note attached. We know where this came from. Jordan's hands shake. He shuts the door. Locks it. His phone buzzes again. Group chat. They're threatening us too. Jordan types fast. Save everything. Don't delete anything. A new message pops up. From an unfamiliar name. I'm a reporter, it reads. I've been following this quietly. Can we talk? Jordan stares at the message. Reporter means exposure. Exposure means consequences. He thinks of Mark's face. Of Karen's calm warning. Of the candidates who blamed themselves. Jordan types. Yes. But off record. For now. The reply comes instantly. Understood. Jordan exhales. Outside, sirens pass. Distant. Unrelated. But loud enough to make his heart jump. He closes the laptop. For the first time since the interview, he feels fear. Real fear. Not rejection. Not anger. Fear of what happens when power feels cornered. His phone lights up again. Unknown number. A single text. You're making a mistake. Jordan doesn't reply. He opens the group chat. Types one sentence. They want us quiet. That's how we know we're right. Messages flood in. Jordan stares at the screen. Patterns don't lie. And neither do people. But someone always pays the price. The question is who? Jordan looks at the envelope on the table. Then at the blinking cursor on his screen. And makes his choice. The news breaks on a Tuesday morning. Jordan wakes to his phone vibrating non-stop. Messages stack. Calls missed. Notifications blur together. He sits up slowly. One headline stands out. Talent Sync defends hiring discretion after bias allegations. Jordan exhales. They picked their word, he says. He opens the article. Mark Felton's photo fills the screen. Confident. Polished. Quoted text scrolls below. Algorithms can't measure human qualities, Felton said. Managers must trust instinct. Jordan's jaw tightens. Another quote. This isn't about race, Felton added. It's about standards. Jordan closes his eyes. His phone rings. The reporter. Jordan, she says, they're framing you as disgruntled. Jordan sighs. Of course they are. They're saying you accessed systems illegally, she continues. That you're angry. Jordan laughs without humor. Anger discredits truth, he says. The reporter pauses. Do you want to go on record? Jordan hesitates. Going public changes everything. Not yet, he says. But soon. He hangs up. The group chat lights up. He called us unprofessional. He said we lacked soft skills. That's code. Jordan types. Save the clips. We'll need them. A notification pops up. Live press conference, Talent Sync HQ. Jordan clicks. Karen stands at the podium. Mark beside her. Karen speaks first. We take these allegations seriously, she says. But discretion is not discrimination. Jordan watches Mark nod. A reporter raises a hand. What about override patterns? She asks. Why do they target black applicants? Karen smiles thin. Our data doesn't support that narrative. Jordan scoffs. Mark steps forward. I won't apologize for protecting my team, he says. Culture matters. Jordan feels heat rise. Culture for who? He mutters. His phone buzzes. A private message. I work at Talent Sync, it reads. I can't stay silent anymore. Jordan types back. What do you have? 3 dots. Long pause. Emails, the person replies. Karen approved the override policy expansion. Jordan's pulse quickens. Can you share them? Another pause. They'll know it was me. Jordan stares at the screen. This is the cost, he whispers. He types. I won't expose you without consent. The reply comes. I'll send redacted versions. Files arrive. Jordan opens them. Internal emails. Subject lines jump out. Override flexibility needed. Too many edge cases. One line freezes him. Mark's instincts align with leadership vision. Jordan leans back. So they knew, he says. The reporter calls again. They're escalating, she says. They just threatened defamation suits. Jordan closes his eyes. Let them, he says. Silence on the line. Are you sure? She asks. Jordan thinks of the sticky note. Of the voices in the group chat. Of the word fit. Yes, he says. Because discretion without accountability is just power. He sends the emails. The reporter exhales. This changes things. Outside, sirens wail again. Jordan's heart races. The article goes live an hour later. New headline. Leaked emails show Talent Sync leadership-backed manager overrides. Social media erupts. Mark's clip resurfaces. Slower now. Analyzed. His words feel sharper. Ugly. Jordan watches the comments shift. That's not instinct. That's bias. Expose them. His phone rings. Unknown number. He answers. This is Karen Phillips, the voice says. No warmth now. You crossed a line, Karen says. Jordan stays quiet. You've damaged reputations, she continues. Including your own. Jordan breathes in. You did that, he says. Karen's voice drops. We can make this go away, she says. A settlement. NDA. Quiet exit. Jordan laughs softly. You mean silence, he says. Karen doesn't deny it. Jordan looks at his laptop. At the names. The charts. The stories. No, he says. I want sunlight. Karen exhales sharply. Then prepare for consequences, she says. The call ends. Jordan stares at the blank screen. For the first time, doubt creeps in. He thinks of his career. His safety. His family. His phone buzzes. Group chat. We're with you. Whatever happens. Don't stop. Jordan swallows. Discretion built this wall. Exposure might tear it down. But walls fall on people too. Jordan closes the laptop. Outside, the city moves on. Inside, the pressure builds. And the next move won't be quiet. The room is too bright. White lights. Long table. Flags in the corner. Jordan sits with his hands folded. Back straight. Jaw tight. Across from him, Talent Sync's legal team fills 3 seats. Karen sits behind them. Mark is not there. That absence feels loud. A woman at the head of the table clears her throat. This is an internal compliance hearing, she says. Not a trial. Jordan nods. He knows better. State your name for the record, the woman says. Jordan Reed, he replies. One of the lawyers leans forward. You accessed proprietary systems without authorization, he says. Do you deny that? Jordan looks at him. I accessed a system I helped design, he says. To understand a rejection that made no sense. The lawyer smiles thinly. So you admit access? Jordan doesn't flinch. I admit seeking the truth. Murmurs ripple through the room. Karen shifts in her seat. Another lawyer speaks. You're suggesting racial bias, she says. That's a serious claim. It's a documented one, Jordan replies. He opens his folder. Printouts slide onto the table. Charts. Logs. Emails. Override patterns. A member of the panel leans closer. These are real, she asks. Yes, Jordan says. Pulled directly from ATS core. Karen clears her throat. Our managers are allowed discretion, she says. Jordan turns toward her. And when discretion targets one group, he says, it becomes discrimination. A pause. The chairwoman folds her hands. Mr. Felton declined to attend today, she says. Jordan's chest tightens. Why? He asks. He's under review, she replies. Jordan nods slowly. One lawyer frowns. You've caused reputational harm, he says. There are consequences. Jordan meets his eyes. So is harm to opportunity, he says. A woman on the panel speaks. How did this affect you personally? She asks. Jordan swallows. He hadn't prepared for that. I questioned myself, he says quietly. I wondered what I did wrong. The room goes still. I know this field, Jordan continues. I built parts of it. And still, one word erased me. Karen looks away. And I wasn't the only one, Jordan adds. That's what matters. The panel chair nods. We've reviewed testimony from other applicants, she says. Their experiences align. Jordan exhales. The lawyer stiffens. These are allegations, he says. They are patterns, the chair corrects. She turns to Karen. Why were override thresholds expanded? Karen's mouth opens. Closes. Operational efficiency, she says. The chair's voice sharpens. Efficiency for whom? Silence. Jordan's phone buzzes in his pocket. He ignores it. The chairwoman sighs. This hearing is adjourned, she says. We'll deliberate. Jordan stands. As he walks out, Karen speaks softly. You could have taken the settlement, she says. Jordan stops. Turns. And you could have fixed it, he replies. Outside, the air feels heavier. Reporters wait. Cameras flash. Jordan, someone calls. Any comment? Jordan hesitates. He sees the fear on their faces. The hunger. He steps forward. This isn't about me, he says. It's about who gets shut out quietly. Cameras click faster. He walks away. His phone buzzes again. A message from the reporter. They're leaking that Mark resigned. Jordan stops walking. Resigned? He types. Yes, she replies. But no admission of wrongdoing. Jordan exhales slowly. Resignation isn't justice. It's escape. He looks up at the building. Glass. Clean. Untouched. Inside, decisions are still being made. About him. About them. The hearing is over. But the verdict isn't. And whatever comes next will define everything. Jordan pockets the phone. And waits. The report drops at 6:02 a.m. Jordan sees it before he gets out of bed. His phone lights up. One notification after another. Talent Sync internal review confirms pattern bias in hiring overrides. He sits up slowly. Reads the headline again. Pattern bias. Not alleged. Not possible. Confirmed. He opens the report. Black text on white pages. Cold language. Precise words. Managerial discretion was applied inconsistently. Overrides disproportionately impacted black applicants. Safeguards were insufficient. Jordan exhales. That's how institutions apologize. Without saying sorry. His phone rings. The reporter again. They released it early, she says. Before markets open. Jordan nods. Damage control. They named Mark, she adds. Indirectly. Jordan scrolls. There it is. One senior hiring manager accounted for 41% of discretionary overrides. No name. But everyone knows. Social media moves fast. Clips resurface. Mark's press conference. Slowed down. Zoomed in. Culture matters. Commentary floods in. That's not culture. That's exclusion. He said it out loud. Jordan's chest tightens. He didn't expect this feeling. Relief, yes. But also grief. He thinks of the years lost. The confidence chipped away. His phone buzzes again. Group chat. They confirmed it. We weren't crazy. Thank you. Jordan types back. You told the truth. That's what mattered. A message pops up privately. From the Talent Sync employee. They are rewriting policy. The message reads. Mandatory audits. No silent overrides. Jordan closes his eyes. Change on paper. Still fragile. A knock at the door. Jordan freezes. He waits. Another knock. He opens it slowly. A woman stands there. Late 30s. Tired eyes. I'm one of the applicants, she says. From the group chat. Jordan blinks. I live nearby, she adds quickly. I just needed to say this in person. He steps aside. She sits on the couch. Hands clasped. I blamed myself for a year, she says. Thought I wasn't enough. Jordan listens. They confirmed it today, she continues. I cried. Not because I was angry. Because I was right. Jordan nods. That matters, he says. She stands. Thank you, she says. For not being quiet. She leaves. Jordan locks the door. Leans against it. His phone rings again. Unknown number. He answers. Jordan Reed, he says. A man's voice responds. This is Mark Felton. Jordan's breath catches. Silence stretches. I resigned, Mark says. Jordan says nothing. They used me, Mark continues. Now they are blaming me. Jordan closes his eyes. You had power, Jordan says. You used it. Mark exhales sharply. I never thought of myself as racist, he says. Jordan opens his eyes. That's the problem, he replies. Another pause. They're investigating further, Mark says. I might lose everything. Jordan's voice stays level. So did the people you rejected, he says. The line goes dead. Jordan lowers the phone. Outside, sirens pass again. This time, they don't make him jump. He opens his laptop. New email. Subject, Talent Sync announces reforms and leadership changes. He reads it once. Then closes it. The reporter texts. This is big, she writes. But how are you holding up? Jordan types slowly. Justice has weight, he replies. It doesn't feel light. He looks around his apartment. Same walls. Same table. But something has shifted. Exposure doesn't heal everything. It names it. And naming changes the story. Jordan's phone buzzes one last time. Group chat. What happens now? Jordan stares at the question. Then types. Now we live with the truth. And make them do better. He sets the phone down. The sun rises higher. Light fills the room. Outside, the world moves on. Inside, Jordan sits with the cost of being heard. And the quiet knowledge that silence would have cost more. Jordan walks into the new office building. Different company. Different energy. Lightwood floors. Open spaces. People talking without fear. A diverse team greets him with smiles. No hesitation. No coded language. No culture fit excuses. Mr. Reed, a woman asks. Welcome aboard. Jordan nods. Small smile. Real. Thank you, he says. He sits at his desk. Laptop open. Coffee steaming. His phone buzzes. Notifications from former applicants. Updates. Stories. Thanks. Relief. Jordan scrolls slowly. Every face reminds him of what he fought for. Not just his own rejection. The silent costs everyone bore. He breathes in. Feels the weight. Flashback. Mark Felton's press conferences. Karen's warnings. The emails. The override logs. The group chat. The fear. The threat. Jordan exhales. Justice wasn't instant. It wasn't comfortable. But it landed. At home that evening, Jordan opens an envelope. Inside, a letter from the investigative board at Talent Sync. Mark Felton has been removed from all leadership positions. ATS core protocols revised. Mandatory oversight implemented. Bias audits are now standard. Jordan folds the letter slowly. No cheers. No celebration. The system is fixed, but the scars remain. He opens a message from a former candidate. I got the job I deserved. Thank you. Jordan feels a small warmth. A soft smile. It's enough. Night falls. City lights glimmer outside his window. Jordan leans back. Eyes on the skyline. He thinks of every person's silence before him. Every rejection without reason. Every microaggression brushed off. He whispers to himself. Truth has a cost. Then he types a message to the group chat. We survived. We tell the story. And we watch the system change. Send. He leans back. Hands clasped behind his head. The weight of years lifts slightly. But the memory of injustice lingers. Bittersweet. Heavy. Real. Jordan closes his eyes. Not triumphant. Not relieved. Just aware. Change came. But so did understanding. And understanding carries its own price. The camera pulls back. Jordan's silhouette framed against the window. City alive. Lights reflecting. Shadows stretching. Justice has arrived, not softly. Not cleanly. But it has arrived. Fade to black.